So here we have the chatbot using IBM Storage Insights APIs. Let's dive into how to use this chatbot. To log in, you simply create your own user ID, which can be reused for future logins, keeping the past conversation stored. Enter the tenant ID and the API key to authenticate. If you're not sure where to find the API key, there's a helpful tooltip here that links to the documentation on how to generate it. Click sign in. Once the user is logged in, you'll see the chat interface here. If you look at the left-hand side, you can create new chat threads or browse through existing ones. In the top right-hand corner, you'll find the active tenant ID, which you entered while logging in, and a tooltip that links to the Storage Insights documentation, just in case you need some extra guidance. If you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a link that takes you directly to the tenant in case you want to verify the bot's responses or check something directly in your Storage Insights dashboard. Let's talk about interacting with the chatbot. So whenever you start a new chat thread, you'll see these three buttons of morning cup of coffee to see the critical information on your system. The second option is to review your last 5 conversations. And the third is to see the chatbot's capabilities. Let's walk through a conversation flow. We'll start by greeting the chatbot. Now let's ask the chatbot about its capabilities. Now that we know its capabilities, let's dig into our storage systems and ask questions regarding that. If you see here, when we get tabular responses, there's an option to export that tabular data as CSV. Let's try a few more queries to see how it works. So what essentially happens here is that the chatbot first identifies the intent behind each user query and checks if it has the necessary tools to fulfill that request. It extracts the required entities to make the API call. Once those conditions are met, the chatbot directly interacts with the Storage Insights API to retrieve the response and summarize it in a human readable format for us to understand easily. Let's try another useful query. So we have asked about the volumes for a particular system. We get a tabular response. Now let's switch things up. I've created a new chat thread and now I'll click on the button to view my previous 5 interactions. Let me select the same query that we just ran in the previous chat thread. You'll notice the response is exactly the same as before. This ensures the consistency in results across different sessions. Now let's ask the chatbot a question that's outside its scope. You'll notice how the chatbot gracefully handles this by letting us know that this task is beyond its capabilities. Now let's return to the previous chat thread and wrap up by thanking the chatbot. So yeah, that was a on the features of the chatbot using IBM Storage Insights APIs. Go ahead, install it, and let us know what you think.